internet that like the past like the previous internet with the previous internet that they used before the internet air. So for now, I suggest we will be canceling this first. Officially
Okay.
canceling it because upon checking it here, it's still open. It's still not still a canceled account. It's a live
Right.
account.
Right. And that's why I
Mm.
wanted to make sure that I didn't pay from July 5th until now when the service was
Mm-mm.
completely useless. It never came off, not even for a second.
Yeah,
And
I
so I want to
understand.
make sure that I didn't pay for 9 days that I didn't use.
Yes. Well, for that, if you will be canceling this today, you will have to wait at least then for the next billing cycle. Well, in the next billing cycle, yes, it will really appear there that for instance $70 you really pay $70 for this, but you will need to call us around upon receiving this final bill. It's because that will be the only time that we will have to adjust everything here in our end. For instance, around the 9 days of the
No,
9 days
I'm
of
sorry.
no
What did you
service,
say your
that
name
will be the
is?
only time.
What did you say your name is? What's your name?
My name, well, my name is Brittany.
Brittany?
Yes.
Brittany. Oh, that's a very American name for someone who's not in the United States. Um, so,
Well, Brittany is international.
oh, is it? Okay, great. Well, Brittany, that's not an acceptable answer. I've already been on the phone so long that my camera turned off because I guess it only gives me 15 minutes, it looks like. But, anyways, and then I had to turn it back on, and now it's been 2 minutes and 15 seconds more. So I've been on the phone with you for 17 minutes, and I was on the phone with that other gentleman for about a half hour. And I don't remember exactly, but I did keep a copy of um, I videotaped myself talking and the audio of your voice. And this is going to be a record that goes up on YouTube, spliced together, showing him saying that I would have to wait to call until the second service came on. And now you're telling me that I have to call again. And I want to know how much they're paying me an hour to get back my $6 or $8, whatever it turns out to be. I know it's not going to be very much. The maximum it would be $60 because that's 1 month's service, and it wasn't 1 month that it was down. So, we're you're making me call again is what you're asking for instead of just putting some kind of a note in there or giving a credit, which is something that would be very easy for your company to do. Now, let me also say I am on my way to law school. I did score 162 on the LSAT, and I'm going there on a free ride. And I'm sure that AT&T will still be in service and still doing business the same way in 3 years. And I will be very happy to file a class action lawsuit that comes back as far as the law allows when I am an attorney. And it will, I'll use this video and audio as evidence that the company has been playing this game for years on end, where you know that you need to refund the money that because the service was not working. We have the Magnuson Moss act which says that if a product doesn't work for the purpose it's supposed to, that the product has to be returned. So my product was not being working, and I told you it was not working on July 5th. And the reason that your company gave, and I have it on tape, the reason that they said, I'm really old, so I talk about tape because we used to tape record. But
Yeah, I understand.
yeah. But anyways, I did tell him and that it wasn't working, and he told me that they weren't going to fix it because they moved all of the repair people over to the AT&T Air, and they didn't even have any repair people for the service that they were collecting $60. It was like $65 maybe for me. Anyways, something around $60 a month. And they're collecting
Okay.
that money, and they were leading me astray, thinking that I had reliable service. And then when I needed the service the most, it was broken. And they said, too bad for you. So I asked him to refund my money on that day. He did not refund my money that day. He said that you can't go forward. So as long as the account was open, but he could have closed the account.
Yes, yes, yes. Around that time, you could actually tell them to cancel this particular account. No, I had to cancel this account. You could have told him, but I really understand you because the customers don't actually know about this. Sometimes the agent should actually just simply tell you that you should be canceling this particular account around that time so that you won't be paying the rest of the days. Mm-mm.
Right.
But yes, so usually it's because the bill is system generated. That's why we really ask the customers about if they have a dispute about this about their bill. It will be a really good if it will be around the final bill because it is the final breakdown of everything that is reflected in your
Okay. Well, in this
charges of
case,
your entire service.
Brittany, why don't you go talk to your supervisor? And while I'm waiting for you to have that talk, I'll be talking to my subscribers and discussing this kind of situation. And then maybe your supervisor will not want a third segment about the bad conduct of AT&T by trying to steal a small amount of money from a large amount of people and making it so difficult for somebody to cancel. And in fact, there was just a case like a couple days ago that got overturned at the appellate court. They had ruled against the company, but then they decided that it wasn't that the FTC hadn't done their job right by they were supposed to do a study since it was more than $100 million that was being collected by the big businesses that were not allowing people to cancel their subscriptions. And so it's really exactly the same thing where you didn't let me cancel on July 5th, and you didn't give me a refund starting on July 5th. And now you're telling me I didn't ask for it in the proper way because I should have said higgity biggity boddity boo. And instead I said, can you please refund my money from today because it's not working? And your AT&T representative said, no, we can't refund until after it's happened, which doesn't make sense because it wasn't happening. Like, I'd never had the service come back on. And he knew the service wasn't going to come back on because the problem was with the service itself, and they had taken all the repair people out of that service, of that product. So there was no way that it was just going to magically reappear. And now it's been 9 days, and I waited patiently, and I see that that it's been canceled. I know that there is never going to be any service from that again, and that I need to get the last 9 days, and I need something now for my trouble for sitting here and talking to you for 25 more minutes. I don't work for free. And I'll tell you, AT&T is going to lose a lot more in goodwill when this video goes up on the YouTube called at Stop Big Business Billionaires. You could go there and look at it yourself. Your other employee looked at it. He was in Germany. And I can tell where people are when they look at it. So go ahead and take a look at it and see if I'm telling you the truth. You trying to keep my money from 9 days that I did not have service, which is a really simple, easy thing to refund. Like, how much would that be? $20? And instead of paying the $20 back to me, you are going ahead and stealing it for AT&T so that they could pay you your, what, minimum wage job? I don't even know what country you're in. They probably got you working under slave labor conditions. Who knows? I know you didn't make the rules, but right now you need to elevate this up to your supervisory level. And so that somebody who is making more than minimum wage can make a decision. You don't need this aggravation. And it's your voice is going to be there. I'm sure nobody will know who you are because Brittany at AT&T. But it's still an embarrassment to you, and that's pretty rude of AT&T to expect their employees to go through this kind of embarrassment. But anyway, so Brittany, are you going to go get yourself a supervisor?
Well, I will try to override my system in here. If I could, I will do my best in here to, if I have the option to refund this, because the only option that I could give for now is if there is a particular payment that is let's say accidentally paid by a customer, I actually have the option to revert it back to them. But for now, I don't have the option for that. If I could properly like everything to be refunded back in you, I will try to override here in my end if I could.
Great. You give it your best.
I will do my best in here. Okay.
Thank you.
way, you might hear silence. I'm here, Laura, but I'm still here. Okay, I'm just simply make everything silent here so that you can hear the background noise. Okay.
Okay. Maybe I should do that too, but I'll talk to my subscribers and finish my story while you work. So, this is what happened. I get this, my bank statement, and it says that I wrote a $300 check. And I used to just remember, I didn't write many checks, and I could just remember what I wrote. And I called the bank and said, I don't remember writing a $300 check. And they said, well, you did. We took out $300 from your account, and give us 10 days and we'll look into it. And so I said, okay. So in about 5 minutes, they called me back and they said, oh, it wasn't a $300 check. It was a $3,000 check. Now, I did write a $3,000 check about 3 months earlier. That's why I didn't put together the two numbers, that they were similar. But about 3 months earlier, I had written a check for $3,000 for a down payment on a house. And I guess they just took their time about cashing it. And so the bank took out the 3,000 and credited me the 300. But it's really funny how when the error was in their favor, they were going to take 10 days. When the error was in my favor, they immediately reversed it. So that's the analogy here. If you ever didn't pay AT&T, like, I could go about this a different way. I could stop my credit card, their debit card that I've been paying on. Somehow just go down and make the bank stop paying that, telling them they have no authority. In fact, I think I'll do that. But then they're going to want me to pay. And if I don't pay the full amount, they're going to be after me for the rest of my life. And I'll probably have Portfolio Recovery Associates, LLC, making phone calls, incessant phone calls for the $20 that I don't pay because I don't owe it. And, they just think, since they're the big company with all the money, that they could go ahead and take money from us little people. It's very disrespectful. So while we're sitting here waiting, we're at 19 minutes and 22 seconds, and we've already had a 15-minute call. I'm going to cut out some of these long breaks so it won't seem that long to you.
So I thank thank you so much for waiting, Laura. I will be first and foremost. Well, I will be I will be canceling your account and and the auto pay with this that is connected with this account. And then second, about the refund, as much as I really want to give this particular refund to you, but I couldn't really have the option for this. Uh, about this refund, you could the best thing to do right now is to really wait for the final bill for it.
Please put a supervisor on the line.
Okay, sure.
So now it sounds like they have me on mute again, maybe. Or maybe they're just having me sit here, waste more time, look out the window. It's really pretty out today. It's a shame I'm in here. I should start doing these outside. In fact, I think I can start doing that. Um, in the meantime, like and subscribe and send this video to your friends. I mean, AT&T is a big company and a lot of us are using them. And I think there are other options. I mean, I know there are. Like for us, we could use fiber optics by a company called, uh, it's TCW. I don't know exactly what that stands for. And they're a small company in Arkansas. They don't pay for this advertisement. I've used them before when I lived up in the mountains, and I wasn't happy with my AT&T service up there either. So I switched to the small company and uh, went off without a hitch. They had a human answer the phone. She didn't pretend like she couldn't do things. They didn't have to transfer you 3 times. Oh, now I'm on the hold music mode. This is fun. I'm going to chop out this part so you don't have to listen to the hold music.
good afternoon. Thank you so much for holding. This is Kobe, one of the AT&T supervisor. I'm speaking to Laura.
Yes.
Hi, Laura. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm actually very angry and frustrated. Um, and you've now wasted 45 minutes of my time, uh,
Mm-hmm.
an additional 45 minutes, on top of my being very upset that my service broke down on July 5th. And that's when I called and uh, got the person who I spoke with then, and I will tell you, you are being recorded just as you're allowed to record me, and you said that the call may be recorded, and so I will record it. And I recorded the first call, and I recorded the call with Brittany, or who said her name was Brittany. And the call on July 5th was because my original service was not working. It was getting a red light on the bandwidth, and I did everything. I spent a good couple hours trying to fix it, and going through the automated system and calling back and going through a human. And when it finally, um, the human told me, oh, we have this better service. It's called AT&T Air, and it works off a cell system. And so uh, I agreed that I would go with that. And but in the meantime, because he said that the modem wouldn't get to me for, I don't know if it was like 7 to 11 days or something, but it wasn't getting to me right away. And he he I said, well, I need to do a project this weekend, and it was Saturday. And he said, your service is not going to come back on. If it does, it will be sporadic. But, and I said, well, then why don't you refund me the money from today forward? And he said, well, I can't do that. We don't give a refund ahead of time. So call back when the new service comes and you get hooked up with that. And he also told me, and I do have it recorded, that they don't have repair people anymore for the old service. They moved them all to the new service. And so he knew for a fact that the service was not going to be repaired. And he even went into detail telling me that if it was something like water got into it and was causing the problem, that maybe when it dried out, it might just miraculously come back on. But that if it was like a mouse had chewed through the lines, then it was not going to come back on because they aren't repairing lines. So, anyways, I waited and the new service came, and I'm not thrilled to stay with AT&T. My husband had a big loss. His mother passed away in the interim, and he doesn't want to deal with getting the fiber optics buried in our rather big sized yard. So we're staying with AT&T briefly. I think after this phone call, I'm going to beg him and offer to do really nice things for him if he will transfer to the new company. Because it's now been 45 minutes today, and it was at least 30 minutes on July 5th. And I've only been told that for various reasons, you can't refund the money. He didn't cancel the service on July 5th. And now that the service is canceled, that didn't work anyways, now Brittany told me that I have to wait and call back again on when the bill comes. So I don't think that I need to. I think that you can give me the refund of the money. I think that your company probably wants to give me something more than just that. And, uh, or not, but, you know, it will be put up on my YouTube station, and I'm not big yet. And I told Brittany that I got a 162 on the LSAT. I've been accepted to law school. I have a free ride. And when I graduate, I'm sure AT&T is still going to be in business, and I will still have all of my recordings, and I will use them as evidence when I am able to file a class action. Because I'm sure that AT&T is not going to improve their behavior, and there's actually laws that you have to let people cancel. And there was just a case, and it got reversed. It was ruled against the company, and it got reversed because the FTC didn't do a special study, and there was more than $100 million stolen from people who were having trouble canceling their subscriptions. And the big companies are just keeping, you know, the $20 or the $5 or whatever it is, their little amount that they think it's not worth our time. And it's not. I mean, I actually have spent, like over an hour total trying to get this taken care of for what's going to be definitely a $20 refund. It could be more, but you know, this is just ridiculous. So, can you find a way that I don't have to call back and make another set of these videos?
Laura, I do understand, and it's not easy to pay this bill without an internet service from AT&T. But you don't need to worry, Laura. I'll help you things are out. I will make sure to check what other option that we can provide with you. If in case you wanted to cancel the service, we can also check here what other option. And you don't need to worry, Laura. As you mentioned, this call is recorded also, and whatever you want to do, I will respect your decision also, Laura, because I'm also a consumer like you. So let me just pull up your account here in order for me to double check everything here. Can I ask for the four-digit passcode for your account, Laura?
6,000.
Thank you.
And I'll cut that out if I'm posting.
All right, account is fully authenticated, Laura. As you mentioned earlier, this was set up on July 5, correct?
Yes. The problem started July 5th. It was with the old service. And on July 5th,
Ma'am, your
I
service
agreed.
before was on a DSL,
I'm sorry?
correct?
Yeah, we were on, I think it was
It was a
DSL.
DSL
Yes.
internet.
Yes.
And yes, that's correct. For that specific question, AT&T can no longer provide a DSL anymore.
Right. But they didn't tell me that.
That's why we recommend you to who informed you? Did it tell, ma'am? Representative?
No, what I'm saying is, I didn't know that you don't support DSL. I was never told that you don't support DSL. I was told that
Are
I
we
was
still
paying my
supporting
$60 a month and that I would have reliable service. Nobody said, "Oh, we don't have reliable service anymore, so we're dropping your fee down to $20 a month." They said, "We're going to charge you, we're going to continue to take out of your bank account 60 something dollars a month, and we're going to give you reliable service." And then when the service failed on July 5th, they said, "Oh, we have a better service. It's this cell set that is the AT&T Air, which is a cell service." And I said, "Okay, I'll go with the." I didn't argue. I said, "Yeah, we'll go with the better service." It was the same cost and or similar cost. And then I said, "But in the interim, there's going to be about a week before the new modem gets to me, and I need my internet service." So I went an entire week
I see.
without
Thank you,
internet.
Laura.
And I said,
I'm so sorry for what happened, Laura. So what I'm gonna do right now, Laura, is I'm gonna go ahead and reverse the payment for the $70.28. However, ma'am, it will not immediately transfer to the card that was used. That you enroll this one to autopay, and I believe this is the last payment that was made was a Visa. Am I correct?
yes,
A Visa.
yes,
All right, thank you for confirming about this one, Laura. This is ending in 7474.
yes.
So what I'm going to do right now, there was a payment that was made on June 29. That's why you don't owe anything here to AT&T. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reverse that one. However, allow me to set your proper expectation. It will not automatically transfer. It would take 3 to 5 business days. But we make sure that after I validate everything here, reversing this one, it will be show up to your card once again, to your BC card.
I appreciate that.
Okay? I have a. You're welcome. I have a transaction ID. Would you like to get this one?
Yes.
Okay. And by the way, I just want to confirm if you want to totally cancel the service, because we can definitely, as what you mentioned also,
No,
Laura.
no, I can't cancel the service because it will leave me without service again. So
Okay.
when we
Here's
get
the
a
thing.
when we get a replacement service,
Okay.
I will suggest to my husband that he transfer to the replacement service because I've had so
Okay,
much
sorry.
trouble
Laura?
with AT&T now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ma'am, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
In regards of transfer of service, are you talking about a new service provider?
Yeah. Yeah. First we'll
Okay.
get the refund
All
that
right.
you told
No,
me.
because we can. Okay, Laura, because we can future do a future cancellation date if that's the case.
I don't want to do that at this
We can do like a
moment.
future cancellation.
Right. I do not want to do that
And
at
I
this
respect your decision
moment.
about that one.
Yeah, because I need to know when the future service is going to be available. So we'll wait.
ma'am.
I'm just telling you that that's
Sure.
the result of having kept me on the phone for 55 minutes today, because my husband had decided that we would stick with AT&T even after the problem that started on July 5th, but he's not the one who has to call and spend an hour talking to somebody at the other side of the world over the bill. So, but he wants to stay with with AT&T for the moment, and I hope that he makes the decision to switch to this TCW, who offers fiber optics, and I've had them before and they never gave me this kind of problem. They were like really human, that didn't say, "Oh, it's not our policy." They were always there for me, and I moved far away. So, okay, it looks like I just got a
Ma'am,
message from you. Yeah.
and I, it's, it's okay. I understand and respect your decision. Or just it seems that you are waiting for the approval from your husband if he wanted to keep or to to cancel the service. Anyway,
Right.
allow me to inform you. By the way, um, Laura,
Yes.
I can see here that it was in July, correct?
Yes.
It was on July the 5th that the service is not working, and up until now, 14, it's still not working. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, ma'am, the $70.28 that you that was been took to your card, it was actually from May 21st to June 20 billing cycle. So what I can do right now for you is that I can send you a repair technician just to make sure that we can troubleshoot your service since you want to keep your service. And nothing to worry because we can provide a compensation for the days that you don't have a service from 5 to 14. So if
Okay,
we will
you're
count this
not
one,
understanding.
it would.
Let me explain it to you because you weren't here for the whole conversation.
Ma'am,
July
sorry to cut you
5th.
off. Laura,
Yeah.
I understand. Laura, sorry to cut you off. I totally understand everything that your service is not working from July 5th up until now. Am I correct, ma'am?
Not completely.
This is what you want.
What
You want to
happened?
reverse the $70.28. No, just want to make
Yeah.
sure, ma'am, because we're talking about your bill right now for
Right.
$70.28. Am I correct? Okay.
Yes.
So
You said that
supposedly,
you would
ma'am,
refund that.
supposedly, Laura. Yes, ma'am, I can refund, but I am basing right now on the bill. Laura,
Yeah.
this is, I can see a 599 data that was used. You have a 1,536 gigabytes of data. However, you only use 593, meaning to say, from the billing cycle, the internet was used from this billing cycle, July 21 to July 20. And
What?
you're correct. We will provide, do you have a copy of your bill,
No.
Lara?
No.
I see. It's okay, it's okay. So, ma'am, let me just discuss this one for you. For these $70.28, the billing cycle for this one is start on June 21st to July 20. It comes up that this coming July 5th to July 14, your service is still not working. Am I correct?
Correct. I've now switched over to the air. My service.
You switched to air. Do you have an account?
Yes. That's the whole point. I
Yes, ma'am. Let me just set your
switched
proper
over to
expectation.
air.
Okay. Let me just set the proper expectation. Oh, I see. So here comes so you already switched to internet air, so you have to service the UVerse internet and the internet air. Am I correct, Laura?
Right. There was an overlap
Oh.
where AT&T
Okay.
decided to keep the service that did not work, the DSL. AT&T decided that they would keep the DSL as if I was using it.
By the way,
but it was not
this is
usable.
not the DSL, ma'am. I believe this is the UVerse internet.
Yeah.
So when they offer you the internet air, your internet service is not DSL. It's called UVerse internet.
Okay.
Which is you're paying $70. That's your payment every month, correct?
Right.
$70.28. Thank
Right.
you so much.
They were taking
So
the
meaning
money
to
out
say
of my bank.
When this service, yes, and we can cancel this one if you want. That's why I am suggesting if you want, we can cancel this service and then keep your internet air. Because if we will not cancel this one on your next monthly billing statement, ma'am, AT&T will still get, or AT&T will still receive a bill for 2-1.
No, yeah, you're right. You need to cancel. Okay, so let me see if I understand you. You're saying that if I hadn't called you today, that I would keep getting charged for UVerse and also get charged for air. Okay,
internet.
I
That's why.
what I'm going to tell you is I think that that's not what would have happened because I did get an email. I got two emails, one a few days ago and one today,
Okay.
and they said we're not going to cancel your Uverse
Okay.
until you've had a trial period on the air. And so now
Okay.
today
So
they
when you
said
receive,
that they disconnected the Uverse.
no, as
That's
of
what
the
it's
moment
that's
there
what the
is no.
email says.
Let me double check here.
Okay.
Okay, let me double check if there is a pending order for cancellation. Okay,
Okay.
one moment here. Because ma'am, apparently that's correct. The email is correct also. There will be a free trial. So if in case you don't want to continue, they can stop your internet air and keep only the Uverse internet. That's why
Right.
I
Yeah.
wasn't the thought. I wasn't the thought that you still have a DSL, but unfortunately we are
No.
talking about Uverse internet, not the DSL.
Oh, okay.
Because we
Yeah.
are not
I don't know
providing
what kind.
$70.28.
Right.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. One moment here.
Okay.
Because the one that we authenticated, it's not for your DSL. This is for your Uverse internet.
Oh.
One moment. Let me just pull up here if there's a pen. When did they cancel your Uverse internet? Since you already received your
It looks like they did it at 2:09 p.m. Central Time today.
today.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got an
that's great to hear.
email
But
that
ma'am,
says it's
allow me to set
disconnected.
you. Yeah, sure. But ma'am, allow me to set your perfect expectation that the payment that was made for this account for $70, that is for your Uverse. I can provide a credit for you, ma'am, because as of as of looking at the bill right now, like what I said, for the billing cycle, ma'am, it's still a valid charge. But it seems that the duration for July, okay, since you have a free trial, so we can still provide you an adjustment for this $70, ma'am. I cannot provide the full amount to reverse this one because I
Okay.
was on the page that
Okay,
so,
just do what you're
providing
going to
you or
do.
here,
Let's get
reverse.
this done. I mean,
Thank you.
okay, I have my viewers are going to be bored out of their minds by now.
Oh, are you in live right now?
No, I'll cut out the pauses, like if I'm on for 15 minutes in between. But
Oh, you're a
I'm
vlogger.
yes,
Wow, what's your?
it's called at Stop Big Business Billionaires.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
I think you're a,
I just started, and I've
Oh, you-
yeah, and I've
so
done well. I used to do a blog for 20 years, and that was very popular. And I know that I had people like the Los Angeles City Police Department came and spoke to me once because they were reading it and they didn't like what I was saying. But too bad for them. So it used to be more about courts and police that are doing things wrong. And now I'm kind of stemming off because instead of writing, I'm doing videos and putting them on YouTube. And so I'm just kind of starting out and I'm trying different things. And um, I'll probably stick with this format, but what people really like to see are like my nature videos. Those are getting like a lot of hits
Oh,
every day. But I don't
I
know.
love nature also.
Yeah, I'm lucky I live in a really beautiful place right on a lake. And I have a lot of beautiful videos. But
Wow.
mostly what I'm
I'll try
doing,
to watch that one.
yeah, take a look at it. It's at Stop Big Business Billionaires without any spaces in between. And you'll see
Okay.
what kind of videos go up. And I just, like I say, I'm just starting to do the vlogging, but I just
Well,
I
but
just
I
did
am,
one that got
I
2,500
wonder.
views. I got
Wow. But I
yeah.
want, I will manifest that you will have like,
I'm sorry,
a
25,000.
lot of subscriber because I really love, yeah, I really love, nature's content. But anyway, kidding aside, Laura,
Yeah.
your Uverse internet is still active. I cannot see a pending order like for a cancellation nor a notation on the previous representative that you spoke. So what I'm gonna do right now, Laura, I can go ahead and connect this one, which is a Uverse internet, and stay first for your internet error since you still receive a message pertaining for the internet for the trial. Alright, Laura. So what after I already canceled this Uverse internet, and if you agree, I'm gonna cancel this one automatically this Monday, or do you have a future date?
The Uverse internet.
Correct. We're
Okay.
talking about your Uverse
Yes.
internet to be canceled
Yes. Yes. You're not going to
today.
leave me without
Awesome.
anything, right?
Exactly, because I'm
Okay.
gonna provide you also an adjustment. So comes with adjustment right now. So you have from since the billing cycle started from for that $70.28, you have that is from the billing cycle start. One moment here, I'm looking at your bill right now from June 21 to July 20. So if you don't have a service from 5 to 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
That's
7,
9
8, 9,
days.
10. So 10, you have 10 days. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this one for you for 10 days, Laura. Okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna make it 10 days for you. So let me just calculate this one. All right. In order for you also to, on your views in how AT&T do like an adjustment. So $70.28. So you use this one for 30 days. So we will divide this one for 30 days. So every day you're paying to AT&T for $2.34. Now, since we will be now I will adjust 10 days for you. So I'm gonna multiply this one for 10 days. So the adjustment that I'll be processing is $23.42. But to help you things are out for the convenient also, I'm gonna make it 25 for you. Okay, Laura?
Well,
Are you still there?
I'm here, and I I will say that sounds like the bare minimum that you owe me. And so thank you for giving me the bare minimum that you owe me. You had talked about $70 before. So now you're saying not to the 70, or is that in addition?
Correct. We cannot provide the 70.
Okay.
We cannot
So
provide
you're
the
going to
70
provide the
since I can, yeah.
$25. Okay. So now
Correct.
we're at 68 minutes today. So you're going to give me the $25 that you owed me, and or the
Correct.
$23 that you owed me, and you're going to round it up a couple of dollars, and the
To make it 25.
right, and the extra $2 was because I had to spend 68 minutes talking to you, to your company, AT&T.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
That's the
so
total adjustment that I can
AT&T
provide then to your account.
AT&T thinks that my time is worth $2 an hour. That's really cool. But that's why I'm doing this vlog, because hopefully I'll get a lot of hits, and I'll make $1,000 off of the video talking about AT&T giving me $2 for my 68 minutes of time and aggravation after they left me without internet for a week while I had work to do, including my vlog, which made it very difficult because I had to just do it on my phone. And that's a lot slower and harder. But so all right, well, I don't remember your name.
Yeah. Kobe, that would be
Kobe.
KOVE.
Okay, thank you, Kobe, for the $2 for my time and aggravation, and Uh, I'm glad that AT&T is going to refund the money for the service that they did not provide. And hopefully, in 3 years, when I graduate law school, I'll use this video as evidence in a class action suit against AT&T. So thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Laura. But Laura, just stay on the line because I'm still pressing the adjustment. And also, I just need also to make sure that we are on the same page right now, that your service, this is regarding with the disconnection. So you will receive an order somewhere regarding with disconnection, that your service will be disconnected by 6 a.m. on Monday, July 14th. So please contact us any day prior to your due date.
Which
If changes need
service?
to be made also. And by
Which service?
for your Uverse internet, Laura.
Okay, but the
Uverse.
air
The
is
one
going
that
to
we
still be
agreed to
working.
cancel.
The AT&T
Correct.
air will still
Alright.
be working until you get a further notification from us.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then let me just continue that you will be mailed an AT&T equipment letter within 24 hours. So this letter will advise if the equipment should be returned or you can recycle this one. If a return is required, it must be taken up to UPS or FedEx store with your account number by Monday also, but it would be in August 4th of 2025, or you will be billed $150 per item. All right, so you will receive this email pertaining if you need to keep or to recycle your equipment. And after this one, ma'am, I'm gonna go ahead and process the adjustment for you. Okay? Let me just go ahead and continue the cancellation.
And
I can provide you also like
do they
confirmation.
provide the box and the uh, prepayment for the
No,
UPS?
you don't need to as long as you have like a box there in your hand, you can keep that one. If in case you need to return the equipment.
Okay. And they pay for the they pay for the return fees, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So they'll give
you will
me
not pay
something.
anything, but you have only to return the equipment in order for us to validate everything. All right, I'm
Right.
almost done here for putting a notation here. Oh, like what I said, ma'am, would you like to have like a confirmation for the cancellation, like a reference number?
Yes.
Okay, tell me whenever you're ready.
I'm
so that
ready.
you can write it down.
I'm ready. Well,
Awesome. That would be
I'm recording
827.
everything. What did you say?
Yeah, that's great. 827 080 177 6 and then A for Alpha.
Okay.
All right, right now, ma'am, I'm still processing the adjustment. So while doing the adjustment, I'm gonna go ahead and put the proper documentation based on our discussion, Laura. Okay. All right, almost done. All right, Laura, you will receive this credit of $25 after you receive your final bill for your Uverse internet. And that way we can provide you the amount, which is the $25. But, Laura, I agree with you. It's not easy to wait for an hour. And what I'm going to do right now, Laura, is I'm going to provide you $30 for everything, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So just wait for your final bill and you will see this $30. AT&T will provide a form of prepaid card. Okay, Laura? Let me just submit. Anything else that I can help you aside from this since I'm still putting a notation?
No, I appreciate your coming on the phone.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I think we're all set here since you don't have any question. I don't want to take too much of your precious time, Laura. This is Kobe once again. In behalf of my representative, thank you for calling AT&T. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
$30? Okay. But I want you all to advocate for yourselves and be paid for your time, and don't let them keep your money, and don't let them tell you to jump through hoops. Just say no. You owe me this money. And, if you went into a store and you had some rotten potatoes, you would give them to the store and they would supposedly give you a refund. So there's no difference. If you're not receiving service or the service is not working, then you should not be paying for the service.